Post Thousand Year Blood War through the novels Can't Fear Your Own World, Spirits Are Forever With You, we learn about the structure of the nobles. The Surin Shiro, based on Can't Fear Your Own World, masterminded the plan to mutilate the Soul King and are the face of politics. The Shihon are almost their own military with the Amne-Sukido. The Kushiki family are a mystery and one family remains unknown. And finally, the Shibas. There's a theory floating around that one of these families is responsible for overseeing hell, or at least the seal to hell. My belief, if you analyze the Shiba clan through the Buddhist theology they are based on, the answer becomes clear. The Shiba are connected to hell. Have you ever noticed the giant skeleton trapped in the Dungai? Or how about just how closely connected the Shiba clan is to giants? Giants, Buddhism, and hell are closely linked together, because giants are the gate guardians to hell, temples, and heaven. We see this mirrored in the geography of Soul Society. The Serite is designed to mimic Mount Sumeru, the center of the Buddhist universe. And just as Mount Sumeru is guarded by the Shintenno, the four heavenly kings, the Serite is guarded by four giants. And when you translate their names, the religious symbolism is undeniable. First you have Kaiwan. He represents the mountain. He is the lofty arm of the geography, preventing the unworthy from climbing up. And then you have Danzumaru. He represents the idol. His name links to sandalwood, the material used in sacred statues. He is literally a living vessel of worship. And then you have Higoyundo. He represents the yokai. Kubo uses a double meaning here. Nyuru means priest, but it also refers to a folklore monster, blurring the line between holy guardian and beast. And then you have Jindambo. He represents the warrior monk, mimicking the feudal guardians of temples. Together, they create a spiritual checkpoint all around the Serite. They stand between the Rokangai, which is represented as samsara, and nobility, nirvana. You cannot enter the Pure Lands without facing the kings. This is shown when Ichigo and his friends enter Soul Society, with Jindambo being Ichigo's first test as a hero. This scene is important. Ichigo is a Shiba, but he's also acting in the role of a Bodhisattva. Getting past Jindambo shows that as a Bodhisattva, he can move through samsara at will. Jindambo is defeated, but more importantly is how it happens. This defeat leads directly to a Shiba connection. The giants are criminally underused in Bleach. I believe Jindambo's younger brother, Jirobo, being defeated by Ishida and Orihime, power clipped them out of the show. But they still own one of the best scenes from the Soul Society arc. Kukaku Shiba leading the charge, riding in on Jindambo's back. On the surface, this can be seen as just a simple connection made from helping Jindambo after he was injured by Gin. But looking a bit deeper, this is a consistent trend in the Shiba clan's nature. Now, just as the Serite has its gatekeepers, the Shiba clan has their own. Kongane Hiko and Shirogane Hiko. These two are the gatekeepers, mechanics, and even the educators of the Shiba children. But look at their names. Kongane Hiko means Gold Prince. Shirogane Hiko means Silver Prince, a direct nod to the Gold and Silver brothers from the Buddhist tale Journey to the West. But why do they need these guardians? The Kukaku Taiho, the Flower Crane Cannon. Remember, Ichigo couldn't just walk into the Serite. He needed the Shiba technology. The cannon is hidden in the subterranean chamber, protected by a solid spirit wall that requires a burst of physical force just to open. When it deploys, it's a massive spectacle. The earth splits, the platform rises, and the cannon ascends into the open air. Functionally, this thing is a beast. It uses the Flower Crane Archery Second Style, a complex keto-based process to breach barriers. When not in use, the cannon doubles as a launcher for fireworks, which the Shiba clan is also known for. Fireworks are believed to have originated from Oban rituals, symbolizing gratitude, guiding spirits home, and prayers for peace. Kubo is giving us smart and direct symbolism. The cannon's most important moment comes in the Thousand Year Blood War. Kukaku uses the cannon to return Squad Zero back to the Royal Palace. Symbolically, this can be seen as guarding the entrance to heaven. When you think about a gate guardian for heaven or nirvana, then that means there should be an equal one for hell. This is where the main family and branch family structure of the Shibas come into play. One family for heaven and the other family guardians of the entrance to hell. This completes the fireworks symbolism without breaking the Buddhist core values Bleach was built on. In between the main family and branch family is samsara, the cycle of reincarnation. They guard the entrance and exit at each end, ensuring souls don't get lost on their way. To me, this connection is made extremely evident when you look at the former heads of the main and branch family. Kaien and Isshin Shiba. Kaien Shiba was a prodigy with a bright future. Despite being high nobility, he was down to earth and principled. He was one of the few who could truly connect with Rukia when she was just starting out as a Shinigami. But his story is defined by tragedy. After his wife was killed by an experimental hollow, Kaien sought revenge in her honor, and this is crucial. Ukitake and Rukia could not interfere because Kaien was fighting for his wife's honor. Stepping in would have shamed him. Kaien lost his life that night, and Rukia was left to stomach the guilt, placing herself at the center of his death. That incident was the breaking point, but the foundation was already cracking. Just before Kaien's death, Isshin Shiba, the head of the branch family, and another powerful captain vanished. Now, Isshin, of course, was lost to the world of the living based on Aizen's meddling, and on top of that, he fell in love with the Quincy, Masaki Kurosaki. His disappearance was the initial crack in the foundation of the Shiba clan. Strangely enough, if you think about the main family and branch family together, they mimic each other. Both Isshin and Kaien technically paid a heavy toll for their love. Kaien lost his life, seeking revenge for his wife, while Isshin sacrificed his status, falling in love with the Quincy. Now, the use of mirrors here isn't just for storytelling. It plays a huge part into why the Shiba clan has a deep connection to hell, and why I view their role as a noble family as gate guardians. But let's look closer at where these parallels go beyond the surface. The Zanpakuto of Isshin Shiba and Kaien Shiba tell a Buddhist story. Kaien Zanpakuto is Nejibana, the twisted flower, watery heaven surge. The trident Kaien Shiba holds is important in Buddhism, so important it's part of the royal crest of Thailand. The trident represents the three jewels or refuges: the Dharma, the path; the Buddha, the teacher; and the Sangha, the community. It's held by the Bodhisattva Simahanda Lokisavara, known as a healer, the teacher who sought to help people avoid hell, the animal realm, and the realm of hungry ghosts. Isshin, taking on the role of a doctor, is ordained to his existence as a Shiba. But let's peel it back even further and take a look at his Zanpakuto. Angetsu is called the Flaming Moon. In comparison to Kaien Shiba, water is heaven and fire is hell. Look at the Shiba family crest. It reminds me of one of those branches of the Buddhist symbol for karma. Karma decides your placement in the cycle of life and death. What did I say earlier about the heads of the family? In between the heads is the cycle of samsara, the cycle of life and death. Building on the Buddhist concepts of Bleach, the Shiba family heads having a water-based Zanpakuto and a fire-based Zanpakuto alludes to the Shiba family representing the twin miracle. The twin miracle is what the Buddha had to perform to silence the gods who doubted his recent enlightenment. The most accepted version states that the evil Mara provoked the 6 heretics to challenge the Buddha to a miracle contest. The Buddha performed the twin miracle at Travasti by producing fire and water equally from different parts of his body, showing enlightenment, holding nirvana and hell together. The Mara in Buddhism are demons from hell. By Buddhist lore and symbolism, the Shiba are the ones closest to hell through being a potential gate guardian. I mean, look at where we are at this point in time. Through Kakaku, we saw a Shiba open a gate to heaven, the royal palace, and recently we saw a Shiba open a gate to hell. Kazui Kurosaki, the son of Ichigo Kurosaki and the grandson of Isshin Shiba.
You can get out now, Ichigo.
We're here. The Royal Palace.
That's all for now. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in Bleach down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on alerts to stay caught up with the cafe. Peace out, Zealots.